Today we're talking about Xbox Series X pricing as well as a gang of brand new Xbox studios. Let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Dealer back again with yet another video talking about pricing for the next generation Xbox as well as a plethora of brand new Xbox studios. Well, potentially brand new Xbox studios. And I figured I would cover it here in a video because I've been getting a ton of questions despite the fact that we've covered it on RDX podcast. This is a very intriguing set of questions laying before Xbox here. But hey, I have reason to believe that Microsoft actually are looking into buying these guys. We'll be talking about that later in the video. So first things first, if you end up liking the video, maybe show a buddy or two, hit that like button. It always helps. Subscribe for more. Let's get into the first topic. July 23rd, everybody knows it's the day Microsoft are finally talking about some brand new big games. And you know what? You know, I'm at the front of the line for people that need to see some big new software from Microsoft. But here's the deal. Many of these games, if not all of them, will be running on the Xbox Series X to demonstrate that console's new next generation capability. We know this is an Xbox Game Studio event, but will they reveal anything new about the Xbox Series X? Many people have messaged me asking about the pricing of the consoles. Will they reveal the price so they can then reveal the pre-order date? Well, I've got a little bit of insight here for you thanks to this article and of course the people involved. It looks like the consensus as of right now is that Microsoft are not going to be talking about pricing for the Xbox Series X at the July 23rd event. Keep in mind that at this point, the Xbox lock card, aka Xbox Series S, does not officially exist. Also keep in mind that as we said on RDX podcast, we're thinking there is another event in August to actually debut the system. This leaves a good chunk of time for Sony to come out and announce something, or worse yet, Microsoft to announce that Xbox Series X is $500, which it should be, only for the media and fan bases to then run and talk about how the PS5 is either cheaper or it's the same price, etc. Consider all of that while remembering that Phil Spencer said they are not going to lose the price war or the power war. They are trying to avoid negative press of any kind here. The only way to do this is to hold Xbox Series X's pricing until not only Lockhart is announced, but they have the pricing for that $300 box out there as well. The article says Xbox Game Showcase won't reveal the Xbox Series X pricing, agrees insiders. Now by insiders, they're talking about people like Tom Warren with some trusted sources out there. But yeah, I would have to say I agree with Tom. I think that they would just focus on the games at their Xbox Game Studios event. And again, my logic for not revealing the Xbox Series X pricing until Lockhart is out and they are ready to debut that price as well holds up, at least in my own head. Let me know what you think about that down below. Guys, either way, I'm looking forward to some fantastic software come July 23rd. Much of it predictable, but hopefully there is a pretty good surprise or two. But hey, speaking of games, it's about that time for Microsoft to announce more of their annual acquisitions. And if you've watched RDX podcast this past Tuesday, you know I'm talking about Warner Brothers Game Studios. Yes, some of you may have just rolled your eyes thinking, what are you doing? Why are you talking about this? It's because Microsoft are legitimately looking at buying these guys. Keywords, looking at buying. Didn't say bought, didn't say buying, looking at buying. If you heard the podcast, and if you knew kind of what I've been told behind the scenes, you kind of know that, yeah, they actually are looking at acquiring these guys for one simple reason alone, let alone all of the other reasons there are. They do not want their biggest competition getting a hold of Warner Brothers Game Studios, all of the talent there. And you might think I'm talking about Sony. I'm not. I'm talking about Google. I'm talking about Amazon. And yes, if Sony were to swipe them up, that would suck for Xbox as well. But when it comes down to it, when Microsoft are talking about their competition, they're talking about their overall revenue. They're talking about, hey, who can afford these big mega studios like we can? That's Amazon, that's Google. And you don't want Rocksteady going to any of those guys. You don't want them going to EA either, Take-Two either. I think Microsoft is the place to go. Let these guys work on what they want to work on. Rocksteady can work on their Suicide Squad game. Warner Brothers Montreal can work on their Batman game. NetherRealm can work work on their Mortal Kombat and Injustice games, Monolith can do something new. It doesn't really matter. The point is, it's a ton of quality content and talent, and apparently the IPs would be licensed out or some kind of deal would be cut there. That could go too many ways to discuss here, but long story short, Microsoft would be privy to some of those IPs like Batman, at least in the gaming space. And what better to compete against Spider-Man PS4 than The Dark Knight? But seriously, yes, I absolutely do believe now that Microsoft are evaluating that purchase. As a matter of fact, it's not even the biggest purchase I've heard about behind the scenes. Look, I don't know what they're gonna do. There are a few options out there, and guess what? They're all really expensive. But hey, let me know what you think they're going to do. Maybe you do know what they're gonna do. Let me know down below. Either way, be excited for the future of gaming. The industry is thriving, even under such crazy global conditions. Microsoft are growing their portfolio. It's gonna benefit all the gamers that are associated with services like Game Pass, and of course, anybody that prefers the Xbox platform, and of course those games will come to PC as well. But it's clear they want to bolster their service, and of course, yeah, I'm talking about more quality games hitting Game Pass. Just saying, it's very pro-consumer. So again, let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that like button if you haven't. Share this with a buddy or two. Subscribe if you haven't. Links down below to the sources. Of course, if you're not a patron, consider becoming one. Hit that join button to support the channel, and shout out to everyone who has already decided to do that. You guys rock. Again, just my perspective. Let me know yours. I'm Dealer. I'm out.